I'm going to turn it to our first introduction, Climate Resolve's Executive Director, Mr. Jonathan Parfrey.
Okay, someone just reminded me that these are Ukraine's colors. We did not do that on purpose. It's just a coincidence, but it could be on purpose. Thank you, Randall. We're so grateful for you being in LA. We're glad to have you here. And good evening and welcome to all of you. It feels so good to be out and around and be with friends again. And just so you know, the entirety of tonight's event, your travel here by car and plane and all the food, all of the greenhouse gas emissions associated with this event, we decided to offset them. So guilt-free, yes, even if you drove a coal-burning SUV here tonight, we have you covered, so thank you. And we're also here to celebrate, and it is important, I fear, as a precursor to celebration, to acknowledge the state of the world right now. And it is, frankly, a very disquieting scene. There are terrible battles tonight in Europe, as well as other places in Myanmar, in Yemen, in sub-Saharan Africa, throughout the globe. And we need to acknowledge what's going on in our city right now. There's a humanitarian crisis that is taking place on our streets. Tens of thousands of unhoused people. And we need to also acknowledge that in our society, we have institutionalized prejudices and discrimination due to somebody's race or ethnicity or sexual identity or gender, and it is wrong, and we need to own it. And we need to do something about it. And to complete this somber picture, there's this climate change thing. And so before we celebrate climate activism, we also need to acknowledge the fact that human activity has altered the Earth's temperature already. And it is continuing to warm it. So here in Los Angeles, according to Dr. Alex Hall, who is joining us here tonight, an atmospheric physicist out of UCLA, Dr. Hall's wonderful, we can anticipate another 3 to 4 degrees Fahrenheit of additional warming within the next few decades, regardless of activities that we perform. So we care about the warming of the Earth, and that's why we're here, and that's why Climate Resolve elevates the work of trying to deal with extreme heat. And so I would like to introduce to you a few of our staff members, because when it comes down to it, it's people doing the work. And the first I'd like to introduce you is Enrique Huerta. Enrique, where are you? Raise your hand, Enrique. There he is, he's in the back. And Enrique is Climate Resolve's legislative director, and this man knows how to build a coalition to pass important legislation. And he's actually now working to help one of our honorees, Assemblymember Luz Rivas, on one of her most important bills, is to coordinate the state of California's kind of all over the place approach on extreme heat and to channel it so that it can be a coordinated, strong way of protecting Californians. So thank you, Enrique. And another honoree tonight is the GAF company, and GAF and other groups have products that can actually help cool down cities, and that's why we're celebrating them, and you'll hear more about their Pacoima product as the evening progresses. And now I'd like to introduce you to Natalie Hernandez. Natalie, where are you? I have to say, Natalie has recently helped the Office of Emergency Services in the state of California to create the California Adaptation Planning Guide. And then she worked with LA County to develop their climate vulnerability assessment. And Natalie is also Climate Resolve's lead in the Baldwin Hills Resilience Project that you will also hear a little bit more about in a little while. And let me introduce you to Chris Eclarino. Chris, where are you? He's back there. This young man is the lead on helping cities that have very few resources. Cities like Commerce and Rialto and South El Monte, and to help them write climate proposals that has brought in millions of dollars into these very poor communities. And that is really exciting. And let me introduce you to Chase Engelhardt. Chase, where are you? He's right there. And Chase is leading our on-the-ground organizing in a variety of different neighborhoods in LA. And with Chase's help, Climate Resolve is helping to build the state's first full-on resilience hub that isn't going to be in Boyle Heights. And this is an amazing project because we just didn't come in and just plunk something down. Chase is such a good organizer. He goes out, works with the youth in the neighborhood, conducting surveys, talking to the surrounding community so that the resilience hub that gets built is actually going to be used by the people. So with the city's help, with DWP's help, with the Hilton Foundation's help, with JP Morgan Chase, we have built up a coalition that is going to help cool down and protect the people of Boyle Heights. And then we want to do this in another neighborhood. So if you're in another neighborhood, we want to help you too. But I would like to introduce you to Thelma Briseno. Thelma, where are you? There she is. And she's our Senior Director for Energy and Water Programs. And for the past few years, Thelma has actually helped this low-income school district in Garden Grove, one of the biggest districts in the state of California. And what she has done is reduce their energy bills. And so they are not spending money for the utility, thank you, Southern California Edison, but not sending money to Edison, but instead spending it on education for the children. And let me introduce you to Bryn Lindblad, over here, our Deputy Director. And Bryn, she doesn't want to be a one-person army, but she is. And she's at Metro and at the State Transportation Commission, and she's ensuring that there's funding for people to walk in their neighborhoods, to ride bikes, and to take public transportation, and make sure they get funded. And let me introduce you to Christina von Hoffman. Christina, right there. She's telling me to hurry it up. And she's our Senior Operations Director. And frankly, she makes the staff run on time, and as you just witnessed, and she really is the heart and soul of our organization. And a special acknowledgement for Mayra Catalan Orozco, who is here, and she helped organize tonight's event. Thank you, Mayra. And listen, we have a big staff. I could keep going, and I'm not going to do that. But I think Climate Resolve is like, what do they have those things, super bands, where you get the all-stars from all the other bands and they work together? I kind of think we're like that. And it's exceptional people doing exceptional work. And so I want to thank Gabriel and Seth and Woody and Gina and Mayra and Armin and Emmanuel and Dana and Andres and Brian and Jana and Alec and Nat and Leah and Michelle and William and Gretchen and Louis. Thank you all. And so what we've discovered is, after 2 years of the pandemic, is that the answer is people. It's one another. It's what we've been apart from. And we need one another. And we need the support and the partnership that you provide. You are what fuels what we do. And so I also want to acknowledge our board of directors that are here. Climate Resolve's board of directors, Victor Griego, David Nahai, Michael Swords, our chair, Larry Copal, Kelly Hawkins. We are so honored. And Aram, where are you? You should be over here. And Thomas Wong. These are, again, exceptional people doing exceptional work. Exceptional people doing exceptional work. And that's you. Thank you for being here tonight.